Well, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation partnered with TVA to create a program called Tennessee Fast Charge Network that allows some partial funding for public charging along major corridors. And we applied because we had a couple of sites that we thought might qualify. And we received the funds for that, and so that really opened the door for us to investigate DC fast chargers. The reason we wanted to pursue that was because we serve a lot of our electric members that are EV drivers, and they identified a pain point for their EV ownership was lack of public charging in our area. So we felt called to serve our members just like we do in other areas, so we wanted to pursue this project. And that was the main goal. The main goal was not profit driven or revenue driven, but at the same time we needed to be able to recover our costs that we had in the charger. So that kind of got us looking down the road at different charger manufacturers. But we were a little concerned because we had heard a lot of feedback negatively about certain public chargers that had really low uptime. And we didn't want that. We knew that if we did this, we had to maximize the uptime. That was going to be a reflection of our brand. If people went out of their way to come use our chargers, we wanted to make sure that they were going to be working. And so that's kind of what led us to looking closely at Electric Era. Electric Era was laser focused on maximizing uptime, which was an approach that I think differentiated them from other manufacturers. And what we wanted was a partner in this process. We didn't want a vendor to just sell us a product. We wanted them to be alongside the installation, but also support the product after it's been installed. So their focus on uptime was a key driver, and also their approach to reliability. And they had an innovative approach to that. You know, they had some background at SpaceX, which gave them some understanding of how to create a self-healing algorithm to maximize this hardware having uptime. So that approach really set them apart. And then of course the batteries, you know, for us as a utility, the batteries have a component of reliability, not necessarily at the charging station, but also on the grid itself. In the event that we're having a stress to our grid and it's a hot day and there's a lot of energy being consumed, we can charge vehicles from those batteries rather than the grid. So it minimizes the charging contribution to the grid, which is beneficial to us as a whole for our grid reliability. I think the biggest goal for everything we do with electric vehicles is to build our brand. We want to associate our brand of MTE with any of our members who are looking to purchase an electric vehicle. That way they're talking to us and we're learning more about what we can do, and then we're educating them on ways that they can behave that is beneficial to the grid. And so that's what we're looking for, is to continue building our brand as a trusted resource to our electric members. In Electric Era, they made this project really easy. I think we have a pretty good level of knowledge of this kind of equipment, but we're not experts. And so we needed someone who was going to come in and be an expert, be a trusted resource that could walk us through the installation and know that whenever they give us some recommendations, that they have our best interest in mind and not really their own self-interest. For us, one of the things that we needed was to keep the city codes department in the loop from the very beginning. That was going to be more of a challenge for us than the electrical challenge, the aesthetic challenge. This is new for our city, and so we had to make sure that we weren't going to surprise them with the size of the equipment and the aesthetics of the equipment. So we actually asked Electric Era to get directly involved with the city very early on, and they did a phenomenal job of that. In fact, they were so good at that and proactive at it that it eliminated a lot of challenges and made the installation much smoother. Electrically, we had several engineers that were resources for Electric Era as questions came up. There's decisions that have to be made, and fortunately MTE had a team that could work together to provide some direction to Electric Era, but everything was communicated on the front end with so much time that we didn't have anything left out of left field kind of coming at us. And the challenges were then minimal because of that. So I feel like for what we are doing, and it's kind of new, the installation process was really about as smooth as we could expect. Well, we haven't installed these quite yet. We're going to be flipping the switch any day now, but what I can share with you is that we have another set of chargers one county over. They've been in service for about 6 months, and we've already logged 600 sessions on those. That really blew out our expectations. So I foresee this station, it's going to be located in an area that's much more EV dense. So I foresee a whole lot more interactions and sessions with this station than I do that other one. But I can tell you that as soon as we set them on the ground, before we even installed them, we have our EV Car Club social media groups, and people were already posting pictures of, hey, look at this, it's coming, and I think some people were very excited because, as far as I know, this is the only station that has both CCS and NACS connectors on one station. So I don't know of any, at least around this Middle Tennessee region, that offers that level of flexibility for drivers. So the only metrics I can give you are that we're getting a lot of excitement from our members. And actually, if you go to PlugShare, people have already uploaded that they're available on PlugShare, even though we haven't turned them on yet. So maybe we can check back and I can give an update on sessions. But for now, I know that there's a lot of enthusiasm from our members that these are coming.